Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute.
It's odd. It's really strange. I don't. Every day he says something that, well, it doesn't shock me anymore. So he doesn't mean to be funny. That's the beauty of it. But I think, what if we just told him he got in?
Okay. Do you remember the first time you heard about injecting bleach? Ricky Gervais took that moment and flipped it on its head. His wit was just funny, MF. It made you question everything about power and authority. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. When Trump casually suggested during a press briefing that disinfectant could potentially be injected into the body to treat COVID-19, the world stopped, and not in a good way. Doctors cringed, fact-checkers scrambled, and the internet, well, it exploded. Enter Ricky Gervais, who took what was arguably one of the most bizarre presidential moments in recent history and turned it into pure comedic gold.
And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do, either through the skin or...
See, Trump's got more in common with David Brent than he has JFK. He's an entertainer. He's a reality star. I can't wait for him to wake up and tweet.
Yeah, well, we have to be.
Do you know what I mean?
Because something is.
Oh, I think
so.
A lot at stake, it's made everyone grow up.
Gervais approached the moment with the sharp, unfiltered style he's known for. While health officials were working overtime to clarify that bleach and disinfectants are not for human consumption, Gervais was busy creating a skit that left everyone either laughing or crying, or both. In one viral clip, Gervais played a mock version of himself pretending to explain Trump's logic while holding up a bottle of disinfectant.
In some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting.
Well, first of all, I can't get enough of him. I started off thinking it was quite funny, and then it got a bit serious. You know, he's a billionaire, but he wants to be famous.
So do you think he's a product of the culture that we're living through at the moment?
We've all been idiots for years, he joked. Why am I wasting time with flu shots when I can just chug toilet cleaner? Whether you loved or hated Trump, this was the kind of humor impossible to ignore. The bleach comment itself had already stirred global outrage. It wasn't just baffling, it was dangerous, with reports of people actually misinterpreting Trump's remarks and misusing cleaning products. The absurdity was begging for satire, and Gervais answered that call in spectacular fashion. He didn't mince words, often referring to the incident in interviews and tweets with his usual biting sarcasm. At one point he quipped,
right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute.
It's odd. It's really strange. I don't. Every day he says something that, well, it doesn't shock me anymore. And now I don't know whether to want him to get in for the fun of it or not. Yeah. I mean, I can say that I don't live here, so sorry about that, but I think it would be...
Who needs science when you've got a gut feeling the size of a planet? Audiences ate it up, especially those who'd long criticized Trump's presidency. Social media lit up with people sharing Gervais's take, celebrating his ability to cut through the noise with humor that was as pointed as it was ridiculous. Through all the chaos of that moment, Gervais gave people something to laugh at, if only for a moment, and laughter can be contagious in the best way. But was that the end of it? Of course not. Gervais didn't just stop at bleach. He had much more in his comedic arsenal, and Trump gave him plenty to work with.
And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or
sort of it eats itself, you know, and people are loving it, you know. People want their president to be famous, you know. A prisoner of war with brain cancer and a war widow who's 6 months pregnant. That's the president.
Ricky Gervais wasn't content with just roasting Trump's bleach fiasco. No, he went all in, turning Trump's countless quirks and baffling moments into an ongoing comedic roast session. And let's face it, Trump offered a buffet of material. From his tweets to his hair, nothing was off limits for Gervais.
You know, it's funny when Trump said, "I love the uneducated." Yeah, I know you do. But I love him. I just want to see a channel 24/7, just him talking, because it's amazing.
Amazing.
I love it. It doesn't shock me anymore.
No, it doesn't.
After the first 1,000 crazy things he said, even this week, he is fighting
who took every opportunity to make even the most absurd moments feel hilariously universal. Take Trump's infamous typos, gaffes, for example. While the internet collectively scratched its head trying to figure out if it was a secret code or a keyboard slip, Gervais chimed in with his signature mock sincerity.
You know, that's it. If Trump gets in, it's because more people wanted him in, or some people didn't vote or whatever, but you can't whinge. So he gets up every day, right, and he does a little address, and we go, yes, brilliant, I'm the president iPad, and they're all extras.
Absolutely.
Everyone just thought, well, politics is something that some grown-ups do and they're paid for it and we'll be fine, right?
Right.
But now we go, who's in charge?
I think it's the name of his favorite horse, he joked, adding that it would probably be misspelled on the trophy too. Then there was the time Trump called Tim Cook Tim Apple. Gervais didn't hold back, pretending it was all part of Trump's plan to simplify names, before imagining a scenario where everyone was renamed after their job title, himself included as Ricky Jokes. But it wasn't just the typos or gaffes that caught Gervais's attention. Trump's larger-than-life claims, like the infamous thousands of Muslims celebrating on rooftops after 9/11, became comedic fodder. Gervais, with his signature deadpan delivery, remarked,
So he doesn't mean to be funny. That's the beauty of it. But I think, what if we just told him he got in? Okay. Fighting these people.
On Twitter. Yeah.
That's amazing.
No, it's
Think of it.
Right.
They're all extras, and he just never knows. He was never president.
And we're filming it and
We're
watching
filming
it.
Yeah, exactly.
well, maybe they were celebrating because they thought he'd retire from politics. It wasn't just a joke, it was a reminder of how easily misinformation could spiral out of control when amplified by someone in power. Ironically, Gervais' relentless satire even earned him a personal badge of dishonor. Trump blocked him on Twitter. Instead of keeping quiet, Gervais used the moment as yet another punchline.
And who had to be helped down the stairs. Right, this is a man who was scared of a tame eagle. So this is not a brave man.
Finally, he tweeted, something worth framing. For Gervais, this wasn't just about making people laugh. Behind the humor was a sharp attempt to make people question what they were hearing and seeing. By mocking the absurd, Gervais broke down Trump's larger-than-life image, exposing the flaws and contradictions of a figure who thrived on bombast and bravado. And this was just scratching the surface of Gervais's pandemic-era critiques. Ricky Gervais didn't just tell jokes. He turned absurdity into a mirror, making people laugh while forcing them to think. His humor wasn't random. It was a way to strip away the noise and hold power accountable. Whether he was mocking Kafef or Trump's bleach comments, Gervais reminded us that comedy can cut through lies faster than a press release. It's not just about the laughs, it's about refusing to take nonsense at face value. So next time the world feels like chaos, remember Gervais' lesson. Laughter doesn't just expose the absurd, it makes us see it for what it really is.